Hello, welcome fellow Mythrunians to another weekly live stream. And yes, we're still dealing with maps. Hopefully we'll get that finished up, and I do want to take a side trek through some other bugs that I want to fix for the release, but I'm definitely cutting a release this weekend, barring major bug finds. We'll get it out regardless of what's ready and not. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. You can see scrolling up from the bottom are my wonderful patrons. Those who have stuck with me through thick and thin. Thanks, guys. And up in the top left corner, you can see where you can download the last release of the test engine. That's the password there. So if you type that in, put the password in, then you can download it. That's where the Monday release will be as well. Although it's a holiday for us, but I think I may have to work on Monday. We shall see. Anyway, without too much further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So I've got lines being viewed, and I've got sort of a hacked-in line style. That's why you got some thick lines, some thin lines, some double lines, some ones that are supposed to look like chains that I haven't. So I have to finish dealing with how these are rendered to get different styles. And so the other thing is you can click on an icon and change things about it. So we can call this so it doesn't auto select the right that's a current bug right now. It doesn't auto select the icon of the thing. So no, I'll fix that. So let's call this castle 123, and so you can save that and it'll adjust and so on and so forth. And I started getting the ability to sort of drag the line and then create the line. And so right away we can get started today. Because it's actually sending the event to say, hey, create the line there. And so we just need to implement the UI that pops up that lets us do that. And I started wiring it up before the stream. There's still like a bunch of bugs in how the state management is done. Like for example, if you drag an end over one of these, it acts like you clicked on it, and so we might get editor pop-ups if we're not careful. I think it's okay, but yeah. So earlier, like you couldn't click on an existing line and drag because it would think you were trying to select that line, and that may ultimately be a problem too. User interfaces are hard, everybody, and this is why, because you end up with lots of these weird edge state kind of cases. Yeah, eventually I'd like to be able to click on towns and get like little info about the town. But we've opened up the possibility of doing things like that. Alright, so right now it's calling create. I don't know how crumbs get on my mouse pad because I don't eat around my mouse pad, but like little crumbs of dust and stuff get on there. Like in my office here, I even have, there's a vent above my desk, but I have that plugged over because I have hoses run down to take the vent exactly where I want it, kind of like in a garage where you have like the dust collection system. Mine's in reverse. I have the dust collection hoses hooked up to my vent so that I can direct it to whatever computer or person like me I want. Okay, anyway, so when we do this, it's actually calling my create line script already. We just need to make the UI pop up, which we already had one for custom marker editor. This is still in the prototype, so if I need to cut and paste all this over to the Java code, which I will do this weekend. So let's custom line editor, and let's just change everything that looks like we wouldn't need it. Yeah, I don't have a style selector yet, so that is something we will have to work on. I don't even know if I build a list. Do I? Down here, I don't even build the list of styles. So anyway, yeah, so for as far as the styles go, my original idea was I had this like these. Let me turn this off. You can see them. It's a little darker. So the idea being that the texture would stretch or repeat, except for the ends, and so the ends would stay round, and then you could have like the repeating patterns. The problem is that this is like really long, and I think I want to go back and make this kind of like the little icon cells and just split them up in such a way so that it's a shorter repeating pattern. Because as it stands, what happens is if this is its natural size, I thought like, oh, it'd be really nice to have like all of this uniqueness. The problem comes when you get past this and you want to repeat. If you just repeat, it's gonna like if you just pulled it out just a little bit more, it would just repeat that little bit of texture, and then that wouldn't line up with the edge of this, if you know what I mean. There'd be a seam here. And so what needs to happen is I need a much shorter repeat and then allow that to stretch or grow depending on the actual length of the line. So if the repeat was like only 16 pixels, for example, and we needed to render 20 pixels, well, we could just stretch that 16 pixels. But if we needed to render 32 pixels, then we could, you know, let it repeat twice. Or if we needed to render 30 pixels, we'd let it repeat twice, but we'd squish it a little, that kind of thing. So it gets complicated, and this is too much space. It's unfortunate, and so I may redo it completely in a different way, and that may not get done for this weekend. We may stick to straightforward line styles and get rid of the chain. But because like right now the chain only looks right at certain zoom levels. You get here, it starts to look like a chain. But anyway. Alright, so let's finish making our thing, but I don't have styles set up yet, so that's what I was talking about. So we won't have a style selector yet. I think we will have a name, we won't have a size, we won't have a pen size. And we will have end 1 and end 2, and eventually we may let them may let the user change those with little plus minus buttons kind of thing. Alright, so we don't need these yet. Save it, update it. Yep. Don't need that. Custom line editor. And oh, I meant to show you this too. I did set up so that so these icons, they have their natural size. As you can see, this one's shrinking and growing. But if you go back out enough, it stops shrinking. You can actually set, like if we wanted this castle to show up wherever we look. Oh, it's nice that it found it even though I've got line tool selected. You can actually change the pen size so that no matter how far out you go, it's never smaller than 10 units on screen. Whereas the other size is like how many meters it takes up on the map. So that's kind of cool. So you can set your pen size kind of, so you can, like if we wanted to have like this bigger, we could make sure that, oh, that's right, I forgot. So if that was like a moon gate there, we could make sure that that moon gate always appears on the outer map, which would make it easier to connect it to another one with this cool line tool that we're starting to write. Okay, so custom line editor, add child. We don't have icons, so I can get rid of that. We will have a name, but I don't plan to use it right now. We don't have a pen size. And so yeah, save and cancel. Create tool ID end 1 vec 3d 2. Yep. End 1 equals end 1. This end 2 equals end 2. Editing, no, we're not editing. And yeah, so we need This needs to be custom map line get end one. I feel a sneeze that needs to come on. Okay, so we don't need that. Update it. We don't need this. We'll use this. End one, end two. Need this. Don't need that. End one, end two. I'm basically just cut and paste coding here. I cut and paste the other one, and I'm just nuking the things that I don't need, and so then we will need a different save it and update it. Yes, let's do save line update line, and they need to match the thing we just did, which was name and world, name and end one and two. And so I probably don't need all this debugging right away, but I apparently needed it before for the other things, so we don't need to do any of that. It's a custom line equals new custom line custom map line. What is it? Right, custom map marker, custom map line. Custom map line, okay. And custom map line takes on its constructor, custom map line, end1, n1, n2 pattern ID. Ooh, yeah. So we do need a default pattern ID. End1, n2 pattern ID. And for now, we will hard code that. To I have it over here for my map marker test. Yeah, let's just 0,7. We'll just do a thin line. 0,7 true, I think. Pattern ID, custom line. Create custom marker name. I think that's it. Let me double check. Create custom marker name. Yep. Wow, everything's slow. Everything wants to run slow. My computer is not happy with me. Okay, so this one's going to be very much the same. We don't need any of this stuff. We do need this stuff and this thing. And we don't need any of that. Okay, and so what did we do with editor pop-up? We had, let's make another one of these, get line editor pop-up, binding line editor pop-up. Just hack and slash custom map line editor. I think that's what I called it. Custom map line editor, yes. And it doesn't need the icon list. Right. That's not really the tool ID. I think I edit that anyway. And so this needs to also be line editor pop-up. Yep, okay. So far so good. Open pop-up. I think I already started these. Yeah. So open line pop-up. Open line editor pop-up. So this is different. This is also different. So this one's create. End 1 and 2 I think is fine. I'm like holding a bunch of things in my brain right now because this should be line editor pop-up. This should be line editor pop-up, and this should be line editor pop-up. I can get rid of, oh yeah, we want to keep this. Yeah, the screen updates are crazy right now. Okay, entity, line editor pop-up. It should let us edit it too. Now when I try to create a line, the problem is this is doing the wrong. So this has got to be save line, update line, and probably we just set it in the binding. I think we always want to reset it. Why did I only set it once before? Oh, wait. Yeah, so we want to do this as variable line editor pop-up, line editor pop-up removed from parent, and let us go ahead and null these out. Because we want them to be rebuilt every time we restart the script, I think. Otherwise, it's going to just keep the same old editor and wouldn't have gotten our change to save line update. Alright, let's see what blows up. Shall we? Boink. Hey, check it out. Name doesn't matter. Save. Ooh. Kaboing. Big bada boom. Error invoking method. Save. Invocation targets caused by. No signature method. Remote string or get ID is applicable for. Is it get string ID? It would be funny if I got caught up on an API call for a library that I wrote that I should know better. Get string ID. Yep. All right. Get string ID. If I'd done the custom map line create method instead, it would have been fine, but I had to be special. Alright. Let us see if we can create a line. It's like I keep a really dirty penny whistle here on my desk. Oh, it's really dirty. But I don't think it's in the right key. I think my whistle is in D and the song is in C. The song's not in C. It might be in D. Alright, let's try again. Let's connect my dungy. Oh, I gotta have select line. Let's select my dungy to X marks the spot. Rank. Save. Oh no. Oh, I'm on the client. That is, of course, true. We poop. So, I forgot this is all being run on the client, and we can't create new strings, and that string was not created yet. That string should have been created. Oh, it's telling me, yeah, okay. It's telling me that it can't create it because I passed true, even though I believe it's supposed to check first. Oh, it doesn't. It depends on the implementation. Okay. That's going to be a problem. I may have to flesh out the line styles. Lines equals thin, and we'll do custom map line create. Where's my string? Yeah, see, this one just like went through the whole list and gave each one of them a different what you call it. Okay, so 7 is the top, thin, thick, double, chain, thin, thick, double, chain. So that is 6, 5, 4. And then we need something like this here. Lines, entry, key value, criteria, owned by parent, sure. Add object name, S, sure. Custom map line. Find entity, find an existing one if it's existing one. If it doesn't exist, create it, otherwise update it. And that's all good. I like it. Send it. Okay, so that gets us all of our lines. We don't have like a cool fancy line set. But we should be able to then request any of these strings and they should be available. We could even look them up on the client. In fact, that's not a horrible idea, but let's just see if we get farther with the 2 changes I made. Let's see if we get farther. Man, I really need to wash that penny whistle off. That's pretty grody. Rut-row. Of course. But of course, I really wanted to work on something else tonight. Like all week, I thought, well, tonight we can work on like a NPC playground for testing physics and stuff. And I even created, like earlier this afternoon, I even created like a sample, little map for them. But I started thinking about it, and like, that's it needs to be done, but it doesn't need to be done before this release, and time would be better spent on this live stream. Custom map line, create, it's not applicable types. Did I get it in the wrong order? Oh, I need to specify endpoints. Let me make sure I'm doing it in the correct order while I'm here. N1, N2 pattern. Okay. So we'll do this. Anyway, yeah, so I created a map, and I started thinking about what it would take to even, like, we could have something up and running pretty quick, but it becomes a very deep hole as far as how much scripting we want to bring in. And really, I'm trying to get this release out this weekend, and so we can do the fun stuff next week. And I'll have time to have thought about it for more than 5 minutes. But if you want to see what the, which I could have just, so I started creating a little playground. Let me load and show you. Alright, so we're going to play. Need to add like a filter to this tool. It's getting to that point. So I created a little playground for them to run around on. So we've got a steeper ramp. We've got like little bridges that they would have to navigate without falling off the edge. We've got stairs over here to see if they can make it up the stairs. A shallower ramp to see if they can make it up the shallow ramp. We've got like different size posts to see if they can navigate their way between that. We've got another ramp with a landing. So if they created a waypoint path to go up here, can they make it all the way up to the top? And like if they were down here and I selected up here, can they waypoint their way up to there? And then these little bumps, which currently an NPC can't even walk over these little bumps unless they're at a full run. Like I think the dogs and the birds, if they're fleeing, dogs and the Gafen, if they're fleeing, they can pop over one of these. But anyway, and so here's like just regular big steps up to see if they can do that. And doorways, like so a door with a room, 2 doorways. And as I get object support, as the tool gets more advanced, I could get object support and put like actual opening and closing doors, object ladders and things to see if they can climb those and so on. But so I made this little thing, and I was looking at it and I go, yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. And we could get this loaded up, and we could probably get some little NPCs walking around in there, not doing anything special, but it's a very deep hole, and it occurred to me, why not just finish up the map stuff, because that's what I was working on right up to the live stream. Okay. So I think I fixed the thing that was wrong. Oh, I need to define these. So these lines will never be shown, I think. Let me confirm that that is true, because the custom map marker should only be pulling in things owned by me. Line container. Nope. So, is the marker container the same? Yeah. I mean, this is fine for now because they're not going to be in our view because they're at 0, 0. And I could make it even better by not only putting them at 0, 0, but putting them under the ground. because the tiles are actually in 3D. They're 1024 by 1024, and then they're max build height. Actually, taller than max build height, something like that. But that's so that eventually I can have like the spirit plane and different domains that are other than the main overworld. And by putting them in different zones, that's already true. Actually, if you fly up too high, you go into a different zone. It just happens to have the same world data in it, though it acts weird. Alright, so that should, and I'm just going to give it a length just in case. Okay. So let's try again. Let's see what blows up this time. What happened before? It blowed up. We tried to run it and it blowed up. Okay. Here we go again. How close am I to falling off this? Oh, not very close. Cool. Alright, so let's try again. We will link my dungeon. Oh, line. Move my dungeon to X marks the spot. Save. Whee! Custom macro bar. No such property, custom marker. Of course not, because it's supposed to be custom line or something. I love it when things just blow up. Caused by? There we go. No such property. Line 361. Custom marker should be custom line. I'm gonna have to make the same fix down here. Alright, we're zeroing in on what should amount to a different set of problems. Window focus is a funny thing. It seems to never be the window you want. It's just like if you go to open a file, you're guaranteed to be in the wrong directory you need to be in almost always. They want to make AI useful. They should have it guess where I want to be when I go to open a file, or when I scroll the mouse wheel, guess what I meant. Did I mean it with the cursor over the window I was scrolling? Yes, probably. Not the one that I currently have focus on. Am I just killing dead air? Yes, absolutely. Alright, so select line. Let's try again. Save. Ooh, it's at least a bug that I don't have to like reboot for. Oh, possibly. No signature method. Oh, where? Oh, don't move. Stop moving. Map marker test, line 110. It's a buggy. I don't think so. It is true though that I am not actually creating the thing. But what was that bug again? It's saying that it can't concatenate string things together, basically. Missing no string posit is applicable for argument types. Yeah. Line 110. So something we passed in. This is line 110, by the way. Custom line name. Oh, I have an empty plus. There we go. Okay. But while we're here, let's go ahead and do this. Oops. And if name not equal to null, maybe we always want to set the name. No, I think rarely would you actually want a name on a line. Marker, blink, blink. New name, name. Okay, so this should reload automatically. Oh. Okay. So let's try again. Save it. Okay, different error. No signature method, tile ID from world. Yeah, because I don't need to do that here. Always something. Alright, let's try again. Alright, save it. Oh, what do we get this time? No such property, angle. Yes, of course not. For test on line 114. Oh, yeah, we don't need a spawn position. We got everything we need right on the map marker. One more time. Save. Not one more time. No such property, custom marker. Yes, because it's called custom line. And while we're here, let's go ahead and call this line and this line. Alright. 2 more times. Yay! Look at that. We made a line. So dumb. I need to clear the selector so we can do that in... We want the custom map line editor well, so we don't actually have access to what we need. We could say, in fact, there's an additional state problem. I want to see if when we pop up the thing, editor pop-up create, see, it's popping up in here. So when we close the dialog, regardless of whether we actually created a line or not, we still want to remove that selection. So I need to see if the pop-up state has a, I think there's a way to add a listener that just gets invoked. So are we showing a modal pop-up? Yes. Show modal pop-up. And shows the specified spatial on the GUI with a background blocker and will consume all mouse events until the pop-up has been closed. And it should call the closed command when we we can see. Do I have a log? I don't. System out, print line, custom markers. Dialog closed. I think this will work. We don't have the... Actually, I don't know that it will, because we're updating the class. We'll see if it even compiles. It compiled. Alright, so even if we do this... Yeah, okay. So that is something else entirely. No signature message and pause. Okay, so this is a different test. That marker test line 110. So apparently I have the same problem. Or that's from our earlier run. Never mind. I forget that it goes and it pulls out all the errors that ever happened while we were running. Okay, so... Custom map markers 379. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Get line editor pop-up. Oh, maybe we have to say... I'm not sure. Let's not worry too much about that. Cancel it. Cancel it. Something about the way I wired this up. Either it failed to create this and there's an error up higher, which could be true. Yeah, no, or that's earlier. Or it's this bit that I added that's trying to recreate it. No. Yeah, so we set it to null here, and that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to recreate it here. If not, or line editor pop-up equals null, or editor pop-up. Let's try this. Okay, so if it's there, it's not there, it's null. Having the variable and having it set to null are not the same thing. Excuse me. Okay, what else was I doing? Oh yes, wiring up the... Oh yes, how do you say show? Cancel it. Cancel it. And I mean, we could have also, just to be sure, there can be a lot of reasons that the pop-up gets closed, like something else removes it that didn't go through our cancel method. Although technically we should call cancel. So basically we redirect to this method. Yeah. That's better. And then where we do this, we have to say cancel line and then make a cancel line down here. Save line, update line, cancel line. Cancel line doesn't need to do anything, but it's going to markers clear selected line, I think is what. Okay, all right, let's just go for broke. I cannot believe it's taken us this long to do what I thought was going to be a simple start. But that's why we're working on this instead of something more fun. Because things tend to expand to fill all time. I think before this release goes out, I also want to fix the bug that one person found where if you're using the high anti-aliasing settings, then the far buildings look like all pixelated. Or like little point clouds. So that could be a fun one to mess with, and I want to add a debug setting for that. So, all right, map. Come on, map. Map. Uh-oh. Oh, no, it has my new line there. Yeah, see? Remembered my line. Okay, so let's make test here link to, line, to link to castle, test, save. Hey, look, it cleared the line. Whee! And it should also do if we do like this and we say cancel. Yep. Yay, alright. So dumb. These little things. Alright, so like right now, even if we had nothing else working, like you could, let me show you. So let me clear out all of these let me clear out all of the existing lines. Actually, so IT, just remove entity IT if true. Actually, we could do like this. We could say if remove all equals true, and then we can say if remove all, and do that, else do this. Okay, so now if we do line test, it will remove all of our existing lines. Okay. So then as you're exploring, let's do the same thing with the markers actually. Oh, I shouldn't have removed them all, except for it's going to re-add them down here. So actually I can. So remove entity it. So this should remove all of the custom markers when I run marker test. Wink. Yep, there they go. All go away. So the idea, right, you're wandering around, you say, hey, I found this moon gate. I'm going to advance time in a minute. Actually, we can just turn it on. Let's switch tools to make sure I don't do something strange. Boink. Oops. Alright, so let's enable... What time is it? It's going to be enabled soon anyway. Enable. There we go. Ooh, I forgot sound effects. So here, I've got a gate. So I found a gate. So let's zoom in. Let's say we don't have these debug things turned on. So I can say, oh, I'm going to place a marker here, right where I'm standing. Oh, frick. Can I get name on the null object? Great. Custom map to get view, custom map markers, stack groovy line 106. Control shift 106. Marker name. Why are you trying to update? Alright. Let's try again. I don't know if that's just because I had the game in a weird state or not. It's not supposed to, like, something still had the old stuff loaded. Still a problem, but not a problem I need to deal with right this second. So, like, a lot of times what happens is, in these live streams, I rough in some stuff, and then I spend the rest of the weekend in, like, making it real. And that's a lot of this sort of tedious tracking down edge cases and going back through my exceptions to see what kind of weird things I did. But, you know, it's, I think, better if we keep, like, some forward momentum on the live streams. Okay, good. Still on. Anyway, let's go to our map. Let's say, turn off the spirit hinge debug thing. Okay, so we're here. We say, oh, I want to create a marker right on where I'm standing. Boink. Yay, that's working. All right, so we can create this hinge. We could give it a name. My first portal, Moongate. Let's make it big on the map so we can see it. And save it. Okay, so we got my first moon gate there, and now we don't know where we're going to go. We're going to pop into here, and it's going to give us some options, right? So let's say we look at the map, and we go, hey, this one is sort of going in this direction, so let me pop through this one. Boink. Right, an energy vortex pulls you in somewhere. You are experiencing portal blindness. And so we pop into a new location. And so we can come here on the map. And yeah, so we can't even see our old location, unfortunately. That is a problem. So we know probably that town there was the one we saw before. So moongates can take you really far. Although it says there's one right there. That's probably, yeah, so probably it's down here somewhere. So that's going to be a tricky part. Let us real quickly go back to where we were. Oops, that's not what I meant. These should have kicked on already. Oh no, 2200. Yeah. So the moon's not up yet. Or isn't it? Moon's up. Oh, maybe it's too small. Yeah. So it is. So anyway, I'm gonna make it lighter outside so we can see. And I still have my little debug orb here. So I can manually enable the... Okay, so we need to guess which one we came through before. I'm going to guess it was this one. Actually, what we can do is on the map, we can make a line. Oh, so first we want to make a marker, right? So let's see, how would we map this? We'll say second moon gate. Second moon gate. Sure, that's all good. And then let's make a line that sort of goes in the right direction. Right. Save that. And then we will jump into the moon gate. Swoop. That should take us back where we started. Yeah, because this one's still on. I turned it on earlier. Okay, so there we go. And so now we can come up here and we can connect these. And we'll know, right, that it kind of goes in that direction. I mean, it's not perfect. It works. The thing is, like, the Moongate network, in order for it to work at all, I had to have, like, really long distances. So we can actually make this a little better. So you can... Uh-oh. I guess you can't drag off the map. I thought you could. Awesome. Okay, so I'll have to fix that later, too. See, I really wanted to get this working because I have to see how practical it's going to be. It will be a little easier for the portals that are close, and for the ones that are far like that anyway, the best you can do is give it a direction, so it's not really a big deal. But when you're looking at the map, you can remember where the different directions were. Alright. Wow, white screen. Okay, so let's try this again. Map. Okay, so I mean, like, we could... I don't have a way to delete these yet. That'll come soon, maybe tonight. Okay, so we've got one that goes up. Save, and we've got one that goes this way. Save, roughly speaking. Okay, so let's pop through this one. Okay, where did we end up? Oh, not too far from our thing. So actually we could connect a real line here and eventually delete the old one. So first let's make a marker right where we're sitting. Hinge. Just call it Moongate. And save. And we will connect this one. Oh, line. To this one. Okay. And so we should, this one should have one that goes up here, and this one should have one that goes also down here. And so we can start building out the network. Okay, where are the portals? There we go. Okay, so we've got one that goes this way, as expected. Okay, I'm going to guess that it's connecting to one over here. But we don't know how far away it is, so I'm just going to do this. And we've got another one that's in this direction, which I'm going to guess is this one. And so let's confirm that. Swoop. Where did we end up? Oh, somewhere completely different. Okay, so that I was wrong. But at least we're right here. Actually, I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to go ahead and make the marker So I need to be able to delete these lines. We'll add that real quick. We need to add editing as well. Okay, so line. So let's make this, so that actually turned out to be the way it goes. So there'll be one from here to here, and I can delete this line. So let's make the, shoot. I'll have to shut it down to make a delete logic. That's okay. So let me just confirm. Yeah, I should have known better because this one is taking the, yeah. Okay, so anyway, let's really quickly add the ability to delete. But I think I need to, oh, you know what, I may have already, I should have looked first. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, so delete marker ID. Delete custom marker, session self marker ID. And do the same thing for this one. Light crowd tonight. Hopefully more people can turn up for the Mob Playground episode next weekend. Alright, so line map tool, so both these things have delete custom map line, delete custom map marker. Okay, so we can go back over here. Delete custom map marker. We want to make sure we own it. And then we can remove entity marker. And similar to this one, which we haven't even written the update for. There's nothing to update at the moment though, so delete custom map line. Save myself some trouble. I'm gonna make sure all these are called line. Remove line. Okay. When I say like line, I'm thinking of Homestar Runner. And if you don't know what Homestar Runner is, then that doesn't make any sense to you. But it's funny. Line. Welcome to homestarrunner.net. It's .com. So we want to, if we are editing, okay, that could be a problem. We want to have a button that we can make selectively visible. And so I think I will need to save, delete, cancel, and then in here save, cancel, delete, because it doesn't make any sense to have a delete button on for create. Delete, so then, yeah, so this is like the problem with the way I've wired this up. Closure, delete it. It's because we're trying to make it runtime editable. I'm having to do like all this extra wiring that I wouldn't normally have to do in Java or straight Groovy. Okay, so we want to delete it. Editing. And we're going to do something similar for the line editor tool. Closure. Delete it. This dot delete it. Deleted. Add the delete button. Oh yeah, you gotta do the buttons. Keep track of the buttons so that we can add them and remove them later. Save equals that. Cancel equals that. Delete equals delete. Delete. And then delete it. Okay, so here we say delete it equals back tool. Oh yeah, tool ID, target ID. I can't just say delete it, I have to say tool ID. And here I can't say so tool ID. These actions are on the tool, not the objects. That way, if someone doesn't have the tool, they don't even get these options. And so, we do this, and this, and this. And this should work for both of them. So, save it, update it, delete it, save it, update it, delete it, yeah. Save it, update it, delete it. And we can use the same one for this one. In theory. Anything's true in theory. And while we are at it, let us do this as well. Container buttons. And so then we can get rid of this. And we can say container buttons and put this up here too. And instead of this, just do this. You'll see what I'm doing in a second. Boink, 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 and then reset the buttons. We're gonna say buttons. Add child. Save. If editing not equal to null. Delete. Buttons.add child cancel. And this will let us do something else too. So if editing, we could say if editing is not equal to null, save set text. Save, yeah, that's fine. And then else, we'll call the save button create. So now, that's fine. So when we're creating, we'll set it up, reset buttons. When we're editing, we'll set it up, call reset buttons. We're going to do something similar down here. So reset buttons. So the problem with having done all of this is that I've increased the chances that everything will fail catastrophically because I've made so many changes. Did I miss anything? The other problem is that the part of my brain that tries to remember if I've missed anything is thinking of things to say to you guys. To try to make my one viewer or whatever slightly less bored. Although if it's Ron, then he's probably playing Skyrim on VR or whatever. Anyway. Okay. So, can I select this line and remove it? I don't think I've even hooked that part up. Let's make a marker. Call it oops. I didn't mean to make that. Oh boy, it's a little teeny guy. So if we click on him, yeah, so we've got to save and delete. So I should be able to delete him. Nope. But it let me run. No such property, delete custom map marker for class action delegate. And in standard map tools, oh no. Delete custom map marker. Did I name it incorrectly? It would be here, delete custom map marker. But. Delete a frick. This won't reload. I can temporarily rename it. We just got to remember to name it back. Or what I can do is have the delete custom map marker like this, and have the deleta, the incorrectly spelled one, call the other one. Session self marker. Alright, so that should fix up the situation. And so I should be able to say delete, and it deleted it. Right? So if I make another one, let's make another one closer to where we are. Let's turn off this. I need to make that default off. Okay, so let's make a house, make it big, delete. Or delete, create. Ah, that's funny. I don't clear out the things. So now we should be able to say delete, cancel. Okay. So there's some fix up, but we can do that right in the scripts. That's the beauty of this approach. Actually, it might not work, because these are in classes, and sometimes that doesn't really work right. Either way, when we delete it, we want to do this. And oh yeah, I haven't set up the editor callback for the lines. I can do that too. And reset buttons should call buttons clear children, I think. Let's go for broke. Worst that happens, I'll have to start over again. Something's not happy. Null pointers cannot find remove from parent on null object. Okay. Alright, so let's make another map marker. Oops, I did it again. Okay. Save, delete. So we can change some things. We can say delete. Oh, probably should say are you sure, but that's okay. Just be careful, guys. Okay, so that's working, and then if I tried to make a new one, that's still not, yeah, so that's because of the, it didn't actually pull the new class in. That's why I had to wire all those closures in like I did. So now let's set up editing the lines so I can get rid of the garbage. As I'm mentally coming up with a better strategy for how to make maps as a gamer, as the player, right? Okay, so we want to the thing that does the set map object editor entity true oh, can I only have one? Wait, set map marker edit. Map object editor. Okay, so I can have different predicates, and so I just need to be more selective. And yeah, so they do test it, so I can say over here, I believe I just need to be more discriminating in my entity custom map marker not equal to null. Let's see if that still works and I can still edit. Can I still edit my Moongate? Yes. It did complain about something. Oh, setting the binding outside. Yeah. So normally that's a good warning. It's a false positive now. So I can set that one, and then I can set another one for custom map line, and I can say open line editor pop-up. That should let me edit lines or come close. Let's see. Can I edit a line? Let's say I want to remove this one. Boink. No. Boink. Maybe I have to have the lines tool selected. Boink. Ooh, something's not happy. Cannot invoke. Yeah, see, it's trying to. So let's do the selection tool. Okay. Can invoke set preferred size because it's basically. It tried to do the user prompt thing. It couldn't find let's see. There's some error handling that's not happening in the map tool itself, the map code. Let's log info predicate map marker predicate. Entity custom map marker. Let's set this one up the same way. This is the map line predicate, custom map line, not equal to null. Okay, so I should get when I select one of these, I should get the found in the ID custom markers. Now I'm not even getting to edit the things. Let's try. See, now it's let me create. Yeah, so like I've really screwed things up. Let's try return, just in case. Although it doesn't seem to be even getting called now. Let's just make this more visible. It's like at some point you gotta wonder, is it a problem with so it's not even calling my code. Because I don't have a way of clearing out the old predicates. So I have to restart. Which means I can get rid of this fix up here while I'm thinking about it. And over here, where we set the editor, add the ability to clear them. So like earlier predicates could have been finding them. We will also add a debug to where we iterate, checking E. Against entity. Oh, it's passing entities, like actual entities. That should still work. Alright, let's try it. Uh-oh, Pepsi's gone. Let's say the goal for this live stream is that I can map out my local network. Like I get everything working to be able to map it, because that's like the minimum functionality I wanted to be able to let users map out their Moongate networks. And eventually maybe you could sell your Moongate network information, your map information to other people. I do want to be able to give markers to other people, other players. Awesome. No such property, open line editor pop-up. Well, we're getting better. Line 425. Which is over here. No. Open line, yeah it is. Did I just open line pop-up? No, open line editor pop-up. It's just not set yet. Alright, let's try that. Yeah, we're not even passing the thing correctly to the... Yeah. We had other problems. I don't know how any of it was working. We're on water now. Alright. Let's see if I fixed anything. Okay, so it's not even... Oh, that would have been over here. Yeah, we're seeing so much other crap scroll by. So that's all done. Let's try again. Click. Found entity null. No, you should have found the entity. I had the other one in the way. It's like now it's not even finding the click. It's saying map cursor collision equals null. Okay, that would be null. Yeah, sure. But we should have one already from before. See, that's trying to create one. Oh wait, we got a bunch of... Oh, yeah. I had this paused, so. Okay, custom markers need to edit. So we did finally run through the... Okay. We started... We didn't even log the thing we were trying to log. Checking this. Error running prompt listener. No signature method. Default entity get at, sure. From 441. But 441 is right after a log line. Oh, it's, yeah, because I'm actually doing that. So because they're entities, real entity objects, the scripting stuff wants to see it like this because I need to add an adapter for these. Alright. Boink. Let us try again. Okay. Alright, let's make one out here that test that won't be interfering with the cursor, because I think maybe we're clicking on the cursor. No, so now I'm trying to create one. Select, blank. Okay, now we're getting a different error. No signature method. Oh, right, we're not clearing out the old ones. I added that ability, and then I didn't actually do it. Markers, clear, map, object, editors. Boink. That should be better. Yay, we can edit again. Can I edit this one? Nope. I think that, yeah, we're getting, we're clicking on the cursor instead. Ooh, neat. Moon gate turned on. Moon must be big enough now. Yeah, so I can't, if I click outside of the cursor. Yeah, that's a problem. But let's see what happens if I click on a line now. So if I click on one of these lines, woo, we get errors. Cool. Prompt label is null. I'm trying to set text. Prompt type edit. But you should be... Oh, you know what? What is going on here? Okay, so let's look at where all we call. So let's find the click handler. Current tool main button. So let's see, when we see pick so current button, we see that we found the entity. We call main, click on it, we click 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 click. Click 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 is not the right click. Because click, click, click is set custom map line. Select custom map line. I may not have hooked that up. Now I think about it. Select custom marker. Select custom map line is set up. And so we show prompt. Oh, I know. I know. Anybody ever do vocal warm-ups? I know. So then we have a listener that's prompt listener, user prompt listener. It is not set up to handle it yet. That is what it is. Oh, it's calling find editor, so... Oh, that would be why. So we need another one of these that says line view. Technically this is not the way to do this, but... And we can say lines, line. So if line is not equal to null, need to edit target, line.entity, get map tool line, no editor found for entity, line entity, otherwise we edit the line, and I have to restart unfortunately. I can still hear the magic. Can you hear the magic? I've got the magic in me. Alright, what do we got now? Let's see. Can I click on a line? Click. Whee! I saw lots of things go by. Let's try again. Click on a line. Oh boy. Can I invoke that? Because then we had something failed. No such property. Line editor pop up. Haha! We're getting closer. No such property. Line editor pop up. That was on line 431. Sure, because it's called, well, I mean, we had an open line. Line editor pop-up. I'm quite sure there is one. Get line editor pop-up. If it's null, then we create one. And we set it. And apparently we're allowed to create them. Oh, Dope. Alright, let's try again. Try again. We cannot... Oh! Oh! Still errors, but different errors. Can invoke get name on null object. Fair. Custom map line editor. Aha! Line 273. Hey, we're into real errors this time. There's actually a really good chance that I still have to so this is what it is. If alright. It's funny because we're... Can I set null here? I'm not actually sure it's reloading that part. Yeah, error reloading because cannot invoke method remove for parent on null object. Okay, binding has so if editor pop up is not equal to null, if line editor pop up is not equal to null. So basically it wasn't even rerunning the script. Okay, no errors. Can I open this? Boink. I can! Can I delete it? I cannot! Action delete on target null. Okay. So we called delete it tool editing. Did we set editing? Editing equals entity, get entity ID, or get ID. Delete it. Let's log this. Okay, got that. Let's try again. Boink. Okay, we had an error here, so probably something failed and it didn't set. Oh no, it's just complaining about the binding. That's fine. We're good on that. We care. We don't care. So let's try deleting it. Hey, it deleted it! But it still had an error running delete on... But it deleted it somehow. Delete? No. Oh, it doesn't have the tool ID set right. Oh, it didn't delete it. I thought it deleted it. So create tool ID. So the issue there is a state issue. If I go here and I go back, then I should be able to delete it. Yep. Okay, so it's just the way these tools are wired up is wrong. I need to spend some time unwinding that and redoing it. So now I can delete these lines we don't like. And so now, of course, now that the moon gate's not working anymore and I have to turn it back on. Why did it not? That was weird. Could be another error that I've created. Okay, so there should be another one here that I think is going to take me over there. So I'm not going to. Well, we can't quite see. Okay, we can. Let's go there. I think it's going to take me over there. In which case we can mark it on the map. Oh, it took me to another one. Neat. See, don't make assumptions. So then we got a little tight little network here. And when I'm done, I'm going to check the actual network to see how close I am. Okay, so we can create a marker here. We set it to hinge, and we'll say moon gate. And we'll set it break. Hey, Lando. Yes, late. Okay, so let's make a line between here and here, because we know these guys connect. And we're good there. And so now I think probably if we jump into this one, let me turn it on. Using my special debug orb. Uh-oh. Enable. Oh no. Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. Just took it a second. Oh, this one has a lot of portals. Okay, so that one should take us back where we came. This one probably takes us over to the other one. But interestingly, we've got ones that head north. We've got one that heads north, one that heads northeast. Let us check that this one takes us to that other moon gate. How's it going, Lando? Okay, so over here, yep. So now I can draw a line between these. I know they connect. Right. And I can probably split the difference here and make this one a little bit better. And then get rid of this one and this one. Just finished dinner. Nice. Somebody in my house has made dinner, and it is making me hungry because I have not eaten much today. I plan to eat a lot after this live stream. Okay, so we want to head in. That takes us back down there. That takes us back down here. This takes us somewhere north, across the water. You can see like a coastline just barely peeking out. Alright, so let's go back down and fix my line. So the other thing is eventually we'll be able to grab the ends of the lines and move them around. So that's one thing that will make this easier. So we know, we know this one connects to this line right here. But I can't actually make them connect, so. So far, like if we show the actual network, yeah, this is offset because it's, I was trying to avoid drawing it over the speculative network. So far so good on that. Let's head back up to enable. So this is how you would use this new feature to, if you were playing around at night. So let's go back up to the middle. And that should take us up here. Okay, yep, so we got up here. We've got a little moon gate hop up there. Oh, so we could actually redo this line better from here because we can see both ends. So I can delete this one and delete this one and make a line from this one to this one. Create. Okay, so now we have lines for that one. Now this moon gate had this one and this one, which we weren't really able to connect correctly. So let's use my debug tool to enable this one. Hop up here. We've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, one goes south. Yep. This one goes there. That's the way we wanted to go. So was dinner good? Oh. Oh, right, I speculated where it was. I didn't actually go here. Okay, so we can get rid of this one and add a marker here because we found another moon gate. It's a hinge. Yes, that's fine. And now we can create a line. So we're mapping out this little local moon gate network. And probably this one goes down here, but ooh, big mountains. Enable. Oh. Reset portals. Init gate. Oh. Nope, it's just in the wrong place. Okay, so we've got one that goes... Oopsie. System locked up.